Hello there and welcome to Eye on Port. It's proudly brought to you by Ghana Community Network Services, Ghana Oil Company Limited and West Blue Consulting Limited. The proud media partner for this program is the Business and Financial Times. Now people, last week we brought to you in-depth discussions on the company that's taking over West Blue Consulting, and that's Customs Well. They have been able to swallow West Blue, although almost all the staff of West Blue are retained there, plus a lot more coming around there. So this week we have also decided to gauge the opinion of stakeholders within the ports and maritime trade about the performance of West Blue since they came into this business exactly 2 years ago. Now they took over the job of the destination inspection companies. You remember back then there were about 5 or so. They took over their job in 2015, September 1st to be specific. Exactly 2 years after, they have been swallowed by Customs Well. But how well has West Blue performed, or how bad have they performed? We gauged opinions.
Stakeholders in the ports clearance process chain and the trading public have argued that West Blue Consulting has made significant strides in Ghana's maritime trade in the last 2 years, that it supported Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority to take over the job of destination inspection, classification, valuation and risk management. West Blue Consulting on 1st September 2015 was awarded a contract by governments of Ghana to provide technical assistance to the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority to take over the classification, valuation and risk management functions from 5 destination inspection companies, DICs, who operated at Ghana's ports following government's directives for the DICs to hand over. West Blue introduced the Pre-Arrival Assessment Reporting System, PASS, as part of a broader Ghana National Single Window project, which significantly reduced the time and cost of doing cross-border trade and business generally at Ghana's ports. It is reported that prior to the arrival of West Blue Consulting Limited in Ghana, it took an average of 2 weeks for customs classification and valuation, CCVR, to be ready. But upon West Blue's entrance, CCVR now takes a maximum of 48 hours and a minimum of 2 hours to be ready as a result of the PASS implementation.
When Customs took over from the destination inspection companies and brought in West Blue as a software that could give them the technical support for them to be able to use to perform their mandatory work, it has reduced the stress that everybody used to go through. I must say, while it has reduced the stress, definitely it also reduced the cost of doing business in the country. Because if you have to burn fuel in and out, you have to buy fuel. So those things were automatically being reduced.
Once you process or you generate your import declaration, you can actually track its progress from the beginning right to the receipt of the CCVR. Initially, if we wanted to track it, we'd have to keep sending emails to the inspection company. They'll have to send us responses at their own convenience. But now, you can track it from beginning to end. Even when there are rejections, it shows immediately, and the reason for the rejection is shown so that you can actually work on it and then do the resubmission.
They have done what they could. They did well, and I, for instance, don't have any qualm, except that Ghanaians, as we are, because we don't like changes, when there are institutions coming as a new, people would like to know exactly what they are coming to do. But all in all, I can say that they have done what they could to assist customs transformation in our country.
The National Single Window System also yielded positive results as the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority exceeded its revenue targets for 2015 following significant improvements in the processes at the ports. Through the technical support provided by West Blue, Customs was able to process 500 customs classification and valuation reports, CCVR, per day, compared to 200 final classification and valuation reports, FCVR, being processed by the 5 destination inspection companies in the past.
The past has really come to improve our work. It has really helped us in terms of time, cost, and so many things.
There's no repetition of the information on IDF having to be repeated when you are applying for the CCR. So it makes the work very quicker.
we have now become believers because some of us were a bit skeptical, you know, but you've been able to explain the thing to us in a very simple manner to the extent that, you know, I mean, all these cynicisms will actually disappear.
Stakeholders believe there has been considerable improvements in the turnaround time as documents are processed within 48 hours or less as opposed to between 5 and 10 days under the previous regime of the destination inspection companies.
We are impressed with the achievements made. The pre-arrival assessment reporting system has reduced the time of import classification and valuation.
They also maintain that the single window pursued by West Blue allowed Ghanaian importers and exporters to electronically lodge their documents, including customs declarations, certificates of origin, invoices at a single location to be assessed by all regulatory and trade agencies instead of sending copies of the same documents to different agencies.
It helped to raise the tempo of the kind of quality service that we expect ICT platforms to deliver to us. And as was evident, I mean, the World Bank indicators, I mean, sort of came up with a much more appreciable, how do you call it, levels than the year before. So,
but on the introduction of the single window, there was a portal that were linked to all the institutions, i.e. Ministry of Trade, Agric, Ghana Standard Authority, Food and Drugs Authority, Environmental Protection Agency, and all those, you know, institutions were linked to the extent that with the press of a button, everybody gets the information and the report back. And so it was reducing the time of doing business at the port.
Because Westbrook, when they came, they made it say that you can go to one tray and all these institutions can work online and approve the license. So actually, it was a good thing that they came into the country. And the most important thing is that cutting the antagonism between an importer or an agent and DICs as to my values is too high, and they're going back and forth, and finally they have to go to custom. So when Westbrook came, actually that area of protestation also reduced because custom were now doing the valuation and classification and report.
They also believe that the e-zones set up by West Blue to provide useful information to importers and traders was a positive move.
I must say the e-zones also, the concept brought another very refreshing bit of hope to us when we know that even on the field you could have areas that you could go to have your problem solved where you wouldn't have to come back to the offices.
And so the e-zones were also meant to, as it were, get nearer to the stakeholders, get nearer to the target groups. And as it were, the promise of, you know, establishing similar e-zones in Abosoka, in Kumasi and other places that I think business is booming and they might need that facility. So it was a very good idea.
It was important that they set up these e-zones to help people. In fact, even raising tin numbers to do clearance and other things was real times on West Blue platform. So I will tell you that that was good. That is part of customer service that they were rendering to importers and agents, and where they set up these e-zones.
With the taking over of West Blue by Customs World from Dubai, stakeholders say that they expect an injection of efficient system, significant resources, including capital, world-class technologies and human expertise in Ghana as they have done in Dubai and other countries.
Having seen the kinds of things they've been able to do elsewhere, and the fact that they don't come with a ready fix, because I don't believe in that. When we interacted with them, you could see that they come to town with a certain expectation to look at the unique situations on the ground and fit the solution into the unique situations that you have on the ground. So if all things work for good, we will be looking towards very exciting moments into the future.
They were going to inject tens of millions of dollars into the Ghanaian port. And so it tells you, because even when we talk about $10 million, It is not a small amount. It's a very big amount that can transform and change the ports overnight.
Well, let's move away from the 2 years of West Blue and now come to some of the matters that are happening currently. And that's very serious because recently there were a couple of rumors and allegations and bits and pieces of publications here and there coming from the Maritime and Dock Workers Union saying that, you know, they're asking for the head of the TEMA shipyard, the captain himself, Captain Micah, whom according to most of the workers, they are doing extremely well. But the MDU says they should go, as well as the HR manager over there. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority shop stewards, as well as their senior staff union, are saying that they don't understand why the MDU is asking for the head of TEMA shipyard, because they themselves, they are not asking for that. Meanwhile, the MDU says they've passed a resolution that involves all these stakeholders. The workers' union says they are not involved. So they're asking the MDU to desist from those publications or they will face their wrath.
Shop stewards of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, who operates as the communication link between workers and the local executive body made up of representatives from every department of the Ports Authority, have dismissed the purported resolution passed by the TEMA District Council of the Maritime and Dock Workers Union. The resolution, which called for the heads of Chief Executive Officer of the TEMA Shipyard, Captain Kwesi Micah, and the Administration and Estate Manager of the TEMA Dry Dock, Samuel Aja, was described by the GPHA shop stewards as a malicious attempt by the MDU to ramp up needless staff and government resentment against the two and by extension management of the shipyard.
It is also clear that it was deliberately done to put GPHA and for that matter TEMA Shipyard in the news for the wrong reasons and cause public disaffection for the authority.
Addressing a press conference, the shop stewards said they find it strange that the MDU would depart from its core responsibility of protecting and defending workers and make such a bizarre claim.
The labor law under section 108, 153, 154 and collective agreement jointly signed by the union, that is the MDU and management of TEMA Dry Dock and Shipyards, spell out grievance settlement procedures. Therefore, as an aggrieved party and fundamentally a signatory to the agreement, your call should be to follow due process, not the perverse news headline part.
They argued that MDU had no authority to ask for the dismissal of the two, who are senior management members of GPHA and not members of the MDU. The shop stewards noted that GPHA workers would be compelled to cut ties with the MDU and join a more responsive, respectful and proactive union like the Port Seamen, Maritime and Dockers Union, instead of remaining with the MDU, which they claim is gradually becoming a political monster impeding the developments in the maritime industry. Meanwhile, the senior staff union of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has added its voice to the call by the shop stewards by jumping to the defense of the CEO of TEMA Shipyard, Captain Kwesi Micah, and Samuel Aja, the administration and estate manager of the TEMA Shipyard. The MDU, in a purported resolution, had called for the removal of the two. But addressing a press conference, John Asep, the senior staff chairman, commended the management of the TEMA Shipyard for making the place a profitable venture, despite the dilapidated state that GPHA inherited.
We believe the management at the place has done so well, and we should be applauding them, even as a nation, because giving you the figures, as of 2015, the shipyard was a graveyard. Those of you who know the history, go back to the place now and see the transformation under the leadership of those very persons. We are calling for their removal. If there's anyone bringing investment, it should be the management of GPHA.
He called for unity amongst the workers so as to lift the shipyard to the highest pedestal.
We want to appeal to the workforce of the shipyard and the dry dock that the strength in unity, hold hands together with MDU. Let's continue to struggle together for the effectiveness and efficient management of the shipyard,
which is rightfully the case.
Also, serious allegations as well as controversies being thrown around left, right, center. But as always, the Director General of the Port Authority comes in handy to salvage the situation. Fortunately, he was at the TEMA shipyard to meet management and staff of that organization to assure them that, listen, the Port Authority is ready to do all it can to lift the image of the TEMA shipyard, and called for harmony and coordination in that institution.
The Acting Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Paul Asariansa, has promised to improve the working conditions of all staff at the TEMA shipyard. According to him, the structural defect of Dock 2, which is used for ship repairs, will be refurbished quickly in order to prevent further damages. Speaking at an engagement with management and staff of the TEMA shipyard, Paul Ansa urged the workers to eschew bad working habits and give off their best in the discharge of their duties so as to enhance revenue generation for the shipyard.
But we need to build the companies to be more vibrant than we came to meet it, so that our children will come and inherit and they will not point accusing fingers at us.
He said an amount of 13.3 million Ghana cedis has been made available to the management of the TEMA shipyard to purchase equipment so as to facilitate their work. He assured the workers that before the end of 2017, the shipyard will see a facelift, adding that it will be utilized for a lot of activities, including shipbuilding, and also take advantage of the oil and gas industry.
So that you have a dry docking, you have shipbuilding, and you have fabrication. Fabrication that will enable you build parts of the FPSO they are bringing. Establish machine shops that will be producing parts for the FPSO and other activities related to the oil and gas industry.
He entreated both staff and management to work in harmony. The Chief Executive Officer of TEMA Shipyard, Captain Kwesi Maika, solicited the support of the staff and assured the workers of better times.
Now, Ion Port returns after the break.
When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing, or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with Gold Synthetic Oil and any quality Gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with Gold Synthetic Oil.
We're a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Goil.
Ashene Pankasa. Goil, good energy.
This is the official paperless process flow of Ghana's ports, effective September 1st, 2017, under the auspices of the Presidency of the Republic of Ghana, in collaboration with stakeholder ministries, departments and agencies, service providers and private sector. 1. Trader registers his business and/or product with regulatory agencies online on the Ghana Trading Hub portal in compliance with existing rules and regulations. 2. Trader obtains UCR online on the EMDA platform. 3. Trader fills and submits import declaration form IDF online. IDF fee is paid electronically via Ghana's Trading Hub portal using mobile money, card, Visa or Ghana Link, online banking or in-branch. 4. Trader obtains required import licenses, permits and certificates pre-arrival of goods. Tariff manager determines controlling agencies based on mapped and agreed HS codes. Fees and charges may be paid using existing modes of payment or electronically via Ghana's Trading Hub portal using mobile money, card, that's Visa or Ghana Link, online banking or in-branch. 5. Risk clearance system determines selectivity of transactions. Compliant transactions that's green are granted automatic customs release without scanning or physical examination. Non-compliant transactions are subjected to scanning and joint inspection if anomalies are found. 6. airlines and shipping lines or their authorized third-party representatives submit manifest electronically pre-arrival of goods in accordance with existing rules and regulations. Manifest is shared real-time with GPHA and all necessary systems or agencies. Amendment process is carried out online. Manifest is reconciled with the CCVR declaration for anomalies. Penalties may be paid using existing modes of payment or electronically via Ghana's Trading Hub portal using mobile money, card, that's Visa, MasterCard or Ghana Link, online banking or in-branch. 7. Trader applies for CCVR online with electronic signature. Licenses, permits and certificates of regulatory agencies is mandatory for CCVR. 8. Customs Classification and Valuation Report (CCVR) is issued electronically and transmitted seamlessly to all relevant agencies or systems. 9. Trader submits bill of entry online after transmission of CCVR. Where goods are declared for bonded warehouse, the application will be made online via the bonded warehouse module, complemented by an inventory and bond management system on gigs. Duties and fees may be paid using existing modes of payment or electronically via Ghana's Trading Hub portal using mobile money, card, that's Visa or Ghana Link, online banking or in-branch. 10. GRA Customs releases consignment online on Ghana Custom Management System GCMS. 11. Importer or agent submits a request electronically through gigs to the shipping lines for delivery of the consignment with the original electronic bill of lading. Importer presents the bill of lading to the shipping line to confirm title of goods that's legally required to be paper. 12. Shipping line issues an invoice to the customer for payment. That's invoices cover freight, container deposit, demurrage and administrative charges as necessary. 13. Agent pays invoice value. Fees and charges may be paid using existing modes of payment or electronically via Ghana's Trading Hub portal using mobile money or card, that's Visa, MasterCard or Ghana Link, online banking or in-branch. 14. After payment to shipping line's account on the gigs, the shipping line issues a delivery order to the terminal and the consignees. 15. Importer makes a request through gigs to GPHA, terminal or ICD to take delivery of the consignment. 16. GPHA or terminal or ICD assesses line release status and ability to provide service by required date, and through gigs, GPHA or terminal or ICD generates an invoice. 17. Importer or agent will make payment online or in branch. Receiving banking will send the electronic payment receipt to GPHA or terminal or ICD. 18. GPHA or terminal or ICD receives the payment. For compliant transactions, the container is positioned for delivery and an SMS or email is sent to the importer or agent for pickup. Otherwise, A. Goods of non-compliant transactions are scanned. If no anomaly is found, the goods are released. Otherwise, the goods are subjected to joint inspection on the GEMIS platform. B. Consignment is jointly inspected by all required agencies based on mapped HS codes, aided by mobile device for field officers. C. If testing is required, testing will be conducted by a nominated testing agency based on agency-agreed SLAs on behalf of all, with results shared electronically. D. If anomalies found, compliance directives are issued. E. Consignment is seized whenever compliance directives are not adhered to. 19. GPHA or terminal or ICD issues a delivery allow and an electronic notification is sent to importer or agent through gigs. 20. GPHA or terminal or ICD generates e-way bill, sends copy to accompany cargo and gate out at exit gate. Notes: movement of cargo to ICD. Shipping lines prepares and submits ICL to GPHA for approval. Shipping lines creates cargo CMR on GIGS platform. Customs validate CMR after acceptance by ICDIN. Case supplementary ICL is required to be treated. The same process of submission and approval is followed as in the main. Import containers are loaded on ICD trucks from MPS or Terminal 1 en route to ICD through Western Gate. Customs and GPHA security at Western Gate confirms the status of containers being transferred on gigs and validates same with track and driver ID. ICD receives containers into stack and upload status on GCNet platform. Car terminal. Ramp tallies and barcodes are generated from the key with handheld devices. VCR generated electronically. ETT generated electronically. Vehicles are scanned via barcode into SCTL terminal. Electronic manifest is downloaded from GIGS into SCTL system for clearance of vehicles. This is the official paperless process flow of Ghana's ports effective September 1st, 2017, under the auspices of the Presidency of the Republic of Ghana, in collaboration with stakeholder ministries, departments and agencies, service providers and private sector. Paperless ports, the sure way of Ghana's economic growth. Welcome back from the break. Still watching Eye on Port, and coming up next are news and activities that are running around the port and maritime industry, and that includes the visit by the Procurement Minister, Honorable Adwoa Safo, to the port. And she is a very fine, hardworking minister, very good friend of my cameraman Robert Nyantichi as well. Next.
The Acting Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Paul Asariansa, has pledged the Port Authority's commitment to best procurement practices. Welcoming the Minister for Public Procurement and Member of Parliament for Domi Kwabena, Adwoa Safo, to a working visit at the Port Authority, Paul Asariansa said adhering to effective procurement regulations will be a hallmark of the Port Authority under his watch.
Our role also to ensure that the public procurement in our organization is not faulted in any way.
According to the minister, government intends to ensure that 70% of all contracts are awarded to locals to build the capacity of indigenous industries.
We want our locals to get involved in government contracting. Do they have the capacity to do so? So my outfit will also be identifying them with the very information that you give to us, to be organizing training programs for them to build their capacity on the processes of procurement and how they can do it best, to be able to present very responsive bids.
The minister entreated the Port Authority to continue to adhere to best procurement practices.
We want to encourage you to promote competitiveness, value for money, fairness, efficiency, accountability in all your procurement processes, because those are the key ingredients and characteristics of a good procurement system.
The Acting Director General of GPHA, Paul Asariansa, seized the opportunity to explain to the Minister and her entourage the success of the paperless system so far after its commencement on 1st September. The GPHA Security Department has duly acknowledged one of its longest-serving officers, Evans Okanse, with a befitting send-off parade. Okanse, who has served in the Port Authority Security Department for 36 years, in a speech urged port security officers to exhibit the traits that hold the authority's reputation in high esteem.
Take this opportunity to encourage you all to maintain the core value, integrity, discipline, honesty, teamwork, and guard against the detractors of the department.
He also called for commitment and cooperation of senior and junior officers towards achieving a common goal. Port Security Manager Lieutenant Colonel Nana Intridakwa paid his personal tribute to the retiring officer and emphasized key outstanding qualities exhibited by the officer worth emulating by younger officers.
Evans has been fair and very consistent in the discharge of his duties. He was very good at encouraging initiatives and cultivating teamwork. He was seen by many as great counselor, as attested in his citation.
Ghana Oil Company Limited, GOIL, which is the leading oil marketing company of the country, has rolled out targeted customer appreciation campaign aimed at rewarding users of GOIL products as well as creating environments for engagement with the public. The GOIL customer appreciation campaign, initiated at the North Legon service station, involved rewarding customers with special GOIL branded souvenirs, GOIL products including free fuel, free engine oil, and other GOIL lubricants at the point of purchase. GOIL's head of research, planning and information technology, Anthony Chimesi, who joined a team of smartly dressed ladies and gentlemen at the North Legon GOIL filling station to serve customers, explained that building a good relationship with customers is paramount at GOIL. Meanwhile, Gold has outdoored a new Friday cloth to showcase its rising corporate image. The locally made sparkling new cloth in 4 different colors has a corporate brand logo blended seamlessly to project the indigenous identity of the leading oil marketing entity. A public outdoor of the cloth had staff, especially ladies, displaying unique cuts to fit styles and modern design.
It is important that we adore this to showcase that if we patronize our own goods and our own fabrics, we promote our local economy. This is our Friday wear, and we are proud to be in it, and we'll continue to be in it. Make sure that we promote our local content, values, culture, and promote our dignity as Ghanaians.
Gold remains the only oil marketing company in Ghana that has built marine gas tanks at the ports of Ghana, supplying marine gas vessels that's called Ghana Sport.
When cleaning your vehicle by valeting, steaming, waxing or polishing, make sure the engine is also sound. Servicing your vehicle with Gold synthetic oil and any quality Gold oil massages the engine, removes deposit, protects it from wear and tear for longer lasting performance, and makes your vehicle feel pampered. Made for diesel and super engines. Remember, after every 15,000 kilometers of enjoying your ride, service your engine with Gold synthetic oil.
We are a champion. That's why I, Azuma Nelson, 3 times world boxing champion and a patriot, always choose Gold.
Ashwini Pankasa. Gold, good energy.
Schedules of vessels that are sitting in the port, those at anchorage, those expected in the coming week are all next, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate on your screens. That's it for this week's episode of Eye on Port. Thank you for watching the program. Also thanks to the entire crew: Robert Nyantechi, Godwin Kabute, Solomon Anderson, Joe Lavo, Flavia Mwesi, Grace Achreako, Portia Bura, Lawrence and Belinda. The executive producers of this program are Abna Sewa Opokufosu and Esther J.B. Donko.